Hi everyone, Carol here with Carol's Cricut Crafts. I'm sharing this festive hexagon wreath. I think it's absolutely adorable. It's not an original idea. I did find one online that was made with dies and a scoreboard by hand. And I thought it was adorable and so easy to make with Cricut Design Space. So I created this project to share with you. I'm using Cricut Value Cardstock and Cricut Metallic Poster Board on my versions. I'll put links for those in the description below. I'll also add a link for my Facebook group where you can find this project. Before we get going, I'll ask that you please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't already. You'll be helping me grow my channel with YouTube. So this is the project as you will see it in Design Space. I wanted to mention that these bow cuts that I've added are optional. Of course, you don't have to use them. I did use them temporarily until I sort through my ribbon stash and find a ribbon that I like to use for these wreaths. But in the meantime, cut them if you want to or not. If you're not going to use them, you could just hide them in the layers panel in case you want them in the future. I also wanted to mention the overlays, these lattices that you see in gold and silver. I cut from Cricut Metallic Poster Board. You could also do them with vinyl or metallic cardstock if you have any. It doesn't have to be poster board. That's completely up to you. It is quite a bit of weeding, even with the poster board. Popping out all the little bits is fun actually. And I did a red and a green version. Whichever colors you decide to use, that's totally up to you. I think blue and silver would be gorgeous also. A nice almost navy blue with silver lattice. I think that would be really gorgeous. So that's all I really wanted to show you in the file. So I'm going to switch to my overhead camera and we'll assemble the wreath. So this is the wreath we're making. This is the green one that I showed you in photos. It's a little hard in photos to show the metallic poster board that I've embellished with, but I think it's really gives it a nice finish, a pretty finish. I've used just some of my heat tape to close them in the back because I wanted it to be flat when I attached them all together, so I didn't want to put the Velcro dots in right away. After I fill them, I'll put in the Velcro dots. But for now, I just use the heat tape because it doesn't really adhere to cardstock. I'll be able to remove it without damaging the wreath. So this is the green one. I think it's really, really pretty. And I did see it online. I believe the person who made it, her name was Helen Griffith, I think. And she made it with dies and a scoreboard by hand. She did the whole thing by hand. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really comfortable with Design Space, so I knew it would be easy for me to make a version of it in Design Space to share with you. So I've prepared 4 of the boxes in advance so that the video wouldn't be too long. And also, I believe if you see me fold one of the boxes and adhere the lattice, you'll know exactly how to do it. And you can always just back up a little on the video if you need to watch it a second time. I did keep 2 available to close in the video. And then we'll put it together as a wreath. So I'm going to start just by folding the score lines. I'm using value cardstock. And by the way, I've found that cutting the value cardstock as 80 pound, for me it worked better than 65. So if I were you, try 65 pound. If you find you're not getting a really clean cut, especially with the darker colors, then I would go up to 80 pound. For me, I got a better cut, a cleaner cut. So I'm just going to fold these score lines. so you can see easily what I'm doing. Oh, I wanted to mention also, I did put these side tabs on the lid. They won't be glued, they will just be tucked into the box. I found that you got a cleaner finish when you had those tabs. You got a nicer finish on it, on the sides. Without the tabs, I found it looked a bit open on the sides, and I didn't like that. But that's why I always cut something before I share it. I want to see if there's anything else I need to add to it. So we have these tabs that we do glue to form the box, the hexagon box. Just fold those. I think my puppy, he's on a chair beside me. He always likes to watch when I'm on my maker. He likes to watch the machine working. I think he wants to go down now. You want to go down, sweetheart? Come on. Come on, baby. Okay. Oh, you're getting big, eh? Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. He wanted to go down. And he just gives me a little like a complaint when he wants to go down. Okay, so this is the lattice. You want to double check that you popped out everything that needs to come out. And I'm just going to use a little adhesive on it. You don't need a lot. It's not structural. So you're just going to use a little adhesive. And I like this pattern because with all the dots, you can just add a dot of glue on each of these circles, and it adheres really nicely to the cardstock. Just add some adhesive along it. Just a little, not too much. And a little down there. And when you're using this poster board, you definitely want to be careful not to add too much adhesive, because when it runs over onto the poster board, even if you wipe it right away, you can still see it. It causes a dullness on the poster board, so you don't want to add too much. So we're just going to take this piece. I like the full hexagon facing towards me, and then I just turn this around and place it on. And I always fold my score lines first. That helps me to center the lattice when I place it. And I'm just going to go over it with my brayer and make sure it's well adhered. Okay, so these two are ready to assemble. I hope my voice doesn't sound too hoarse. It's very dry in here. It's winter, and the air is very dry in here, and I find my voice gets quite husky. So these tabs on the lid we're not going to glue. We're going to adhere the tabs on the bottom of the box. Let me see if I can move my camera down a little. Maybe you can see a little better. There we go. We add adhesive and we just align it. There we go. And I like to take my bone folder and just rub along the tab to make sure it's well adhered. That one looks nice. Now we'll do this one. And just line them up nice and straight on the corners to make sure that the lid fits perfectly. Just rub that one too. Just to spread the adhesive and make sure that it's well adhered. Nice and straight. You want to be careful that you align it really well. So we're going to do the back. This bottle of adhesive keeps clogging up. It shouldn't, but it does. And I opened it several times by pushing a needle through it, and it just clogs up again. So I'll have to take the bottle open completely and see what's causing it. It's almost a full bottle, so I don't want to waste it. I'll have to take the nib off of it and try to figure out what's causing it to clog. There we go. Make sure that's adhered. And the last side. I'll use this one. There we go. Okay. That should do it. There's the box. So these tabs, you're just going to tuck them in. And this flap goes on the outside. There you go. And if you use Velcro dots, you'll be able to open and close it. If you don't have Velcro tabs, you can always make stickers for it. That would be cute too. Or just go ahead and glue it closed after you fill it. So I'll just take a piece of my heat tape and put that on for now, just to keep it flat while we assemble. And this is the last box. So I've folded all the score lines, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to assemble it. It's pretty simple. I'm sure you can do it. And I think they're really cute. When I saw it online, I thought, oh wow, that's terrific. I really have to make that. What a nice way to gift. And I had promised someone I would check if a gift card fits. And I haven't forgotten. I will do that. That one's done. Do this one. Once you see it all done, you'll be surprised at how really easy it is to do. I'll just burnish that and make sure it's stuck. That's those two. So we have the front to do. I think before I called it the back. It's the front. We'll glue that one. Just be careful to line them up nice and straight so that when you close the lid, you get a nice finish. And if they're crooked, you won't be able to adhere it properly into a wreath. So this one is the last one. There we go. Some adhesive. Tuck it in. Just make sure it's adhered. I don't want to squish them, so they're a little hard to hold on to. There we go. And then just fold these tabs in and fold the lid over. And it gives a cleaner finish, I found, than this one. I don't know if that's only because I'm using 65 pounds cardstock, but maybe it would be more solid with 80-pound cardstock, with thicker cardstock. But I like these colors that I'm using, and I had them in 65 pound. All perfect. So all we have to do now is line them up, and we're going to attach them together. So they go like this, just like putting together a puzzle. There's the red bow that I cut. I mentioned that is optional, of course. And we're going to put it together like this. And this is the final piece. And that's all there is to it. So that's why I've used the tape first, so it's sitting nice and flat. If I had the Velcro dots on, it might be a little rocky and a little difficult to adhere together. So we're going to take the first two that attach like this, and we're going to add adhesive to this side. I'm going to use plenty of adhesive. I want to make sure it doesn't come apart. And we're just going to line it up. Move these away so you can see better. I'm just going to hold it for a second or two to make sure it's well adhered. There we go. Now we're going to add the next one. So we'll just add some adhesive. And we'll attach it. I think this is really pretty. I hope you like it. I really like this red and gold. I think it's nice. I tried the gold on the green. It was okay, but it didn't pop the way the silver on green does. So I'm glad I switched to silver on that one. I'm not even sure that I'll be gifting these. There's the green one. And just check that they line up on the top and on the inside, or on the outside and inside, I should say. Isn't it gorgeous? I love the red and gold. I really like this one. There, that's better. And the last one. And you just fit that in. So we'll put the adhesive on both sides right away. Because if you adhere only one side in, you won't be able to put the adhesive on the second side. So let's flip it around. And we'll put the adhesive on this side. And we'll just fit it in. And we'll hold it in place. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't wait to see the ones that you make. As I mentioned earlier, I think a dark blue with silver would be gorgeous. Really gorgeous. I might make one just because I want to see how it turns out. There we go. And I'm going to add this bow on just for a little bit of decoration. I'm not going to use too much adhesive on the bow because I want to remove it and use a fabric ribbon. So I won't put too much adhesive on it. And we'll just add it on here. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it gorgeous? I'm just going to curl up these ends a little bit, just so they're not completely flat. Curl them up a little bit. If I can pick this one up. There. Takes a little patience to wait for everything to dry, because you don't feel like waiting. There we go. So don't go as fast as I did. You want to make sure that you're holding things until they dry so it doesn't come apart. You don't want it to come apart. Isn't that terrific? I absolutely love it. I think it's so pretty. So there we go. Aren't they gorgeous? Hexagon wreaths. I hope you're going to enjoy this project. Please post pictures in my Facebook group if you make any. I would love to see how they turn out. In the description right under this video, you'll find a link to my Facebook group. That's where I share my projects. You'll find the link there. I hope you're going to enjoy this project. I can't wait to see what you make. Thank you for watching.